AllBall TV.
They scared, but I'm not.
They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.
With the foul baiting, right? Because they were saying Alex Caruso was getting away with a lot. Like when he was guarding Joker, you could see like they were letting him get away with murder. Like he would get mad physical, and then you see every other game, every other possession. You couldn't get that physical with SGA. And the way Chuck Colson broke it down was, yo, you know how everybody has that friend who's like always gossiping about everybody? He just has everybody's business, and he's calling you, calling me, calls everybody, guys, all the gossip in the world, and nobody really thinks nothing of it. But if you do it, Flea, all of a sudden we're like, yo, why are you gossiping for? It's like, depending on the person that does it that often, it plays a trick on your mind. Like, how come, AllBall could get away with the bochinche, but Flea can't? And it's the same thing with the fouls. He was like, yo, when you see someone who plays defense like that, and they're just being aggressive all day, the referees already have it in their mind to let them get away with it. And they let them get away with all that, just the human side of basketball. Like, and that's what we're saying about Cat, not sliding your feet and not being aggressive and just being, just the lack of assertiveness that we talk about. And even his approach to the refs, well, I say like, yo, if Draymond is cursing the refs out, if he's doing that, how come you can't take a page out of that? And even when I said Josh Hart is going talking to the refs crazy, he gets calls. There's no way you can't get calls, Cat. It's your approach. And you keep coming at the refs consistently like that, they'll get tired of it, especially when you start really D'ing up. Because Caruso's known that he's an all defensive guy, but there is a lot of plays where I'm like, that's a foul. And that's why I would say maybe when you checkmated me, when I said every defensive player is dirty, and you're like, well, what about Kawhi? I'm like, well, here's a genius. Damn, that every defensive player isn't dirty, but they're so aggressive. Draymond Green is so aggressive. If they really wanted to, he would be fouled out or kicked out of every single game. But because he's aggressive, the referees already have, we're going to allow you to get 25 fouls today. It just is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, people got to stop forgetting that the referees are like human beings too. They are like probably fans of the game too. They got an up close personal seat with some of the best athletes, some of the best basketball players in the world. So I say that to say this: when these guys set the tone as great defenders in the league, when they're coming in the league, setting the tone, growing as basketball players, if we're watching them, you don't think the refs are paying attention to other coaches around? Everybody is watching players grow and what's happening in the NBA. This is my job. So I say that to say they have set this tone, like you're saying. They've created this I'm watching it and getting used to who they are as players. And now Patrick Beverley could get up in you, because he set the tone. Like, that's who he is. So I'm gonna allow him to be the player that he is. Guys like, I don't know, guys like Cat, if he was to try to change up like you're saying, Fabian, I think it would come off phony. I think it would come off fake. I think it would come off like whining as opposed to being demonstrative and being firm about, yo, they're fouling me. It comes off as who he is. More laid back, not really confrontational type of dude. So you asking him to be somebody he's not. You naming guys like a Draymond, like a Josh Hart. They're able to talk to the refs like that because that's naturally who they are. I'm going to talk to you with a tone, with an approach. The connotation behind what I'm saying is going to be like, oh, okay, this nigga's talk. Okay, I need to listen. What's up? Even though I don't like it or I do, like, I need to hear you. All right. But, with Cat, regardless, it's not going to come off as, yo, listen to what I'm saying, man. I'm not getting calls down there. They pushing me up my spot. Yo, take a look at this. Take a look at that. It's going to come off as whining as opposed to, yo, help me out there. I'm getting touched up a little bit. However you come off. But it wouldn't come off the way you're hoping it would because he's just not that type of guy.
But I did think he was doing some of that, especially with like Draymond was trying, like he thinks he's slick. People think they slick. Like I see right through you. He thought that Cat had turned around and he inspired this aggression from Karl Anthony Towns when they played. Karl Anthony Towns gets 2-3 fouls in the first half. He gets benched and he said, yo, I like that. That's the Cat. If he plays like that, I don't know what we would do with him. And he was trying to take credit for it. And it's the same thing with the 90s Knicks. Even with the way the Pistons, the Rockets, the Magic, the way they played ball in this playoffs, in case we forget, what the Rockets were doing to the Warriors in these playoffs, that was all the same exact thing that we're talking about with Caruso. The referees are like, we're going to let this go. So maybe the Knicks going into next year, again, going back to last season, this is a reference, my one-time episode reference to last season, the 2023-2024 season. We just naturally had a physical style to the game. So hard fouls and just Julius Randle is that's another part of it. Randle being that big, it's almost like we don't know what the foul is. Like we don't know how to call this. The LeBrons of the world, Shaqs of the world, we don't know how to call it. So when they're aggressive, it's like the referees are just gonna be like, yo, it's a 50-50 call. Like the way they fouled Shaq was crazy. Anybody who got, like, if you fouled anybody else like that, you're going to jail that night. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But when you have players on the team that do adopt that style, it you saw with these playoffs, the intensity picks up. It's not just a fandom thing. You are a fan first if you're going to be that nice at basketball. So you're going to want to play hard. You're going to want to step up your game to do your thing, because that's how you defeat any sort of competition. Oh, you think this is your only skill set for today? This was your strategy coming in here? All right, well, watch this. We'll bust your ass anyway. And that's what we did with Detroit, right? Like Brunson took over, crossed them over, ended the series. So when he broke that down, I was like, damn, that was just such an ill way to put it. Like, even though Karl Anthony Towns, it would be disingenuous for him to all of a sudden, adopt that. But I think if he does change anything, we do talk about the mentality and how you talk to yourself like that first, before the referee, before a teammate. Yo, are you holding yourself accountable? I want that foul. How badly do you want the referees to ref you differently? How badly do you want it? Because you keep whining and asking them is not showing that you really want it that bad. That means that you're asking. You don't ask nobody from shit. You take it. The same way you score a bucket, you taking that bucket. You get in the and-one. You earned all that shit. And if you can't earn it, you're going to will your way there. That's what the Mamba mentality is. And anybody else who just does it at it. The Derrick Rose thing, I always try to reference Derrick Rose because it's like, yo, imagine being that injured all the time and he's still just at peace with himself and just that confident and just still willing to go. Grant Hill, just a lot quieter at it, because Derrick Rose is another quiet guy. So it starts with that mentality first, and it has to be the way that their inner voice. And your inner voice is, if that's your inner voice, bro, that's your inner voice, that the shit that we hear, that's how you talk to yourself. That's a foul. That Muppet shit.
You heard what Kyrie said. Stop.
Kyrie also was laughing at it.
Yes.
I don't always agree with the voice changing and all that, but like Kyrie, nice try, bro. But Kyrie don't get ref like that. Kyrie's earning that basket. He's not a great, foul getter, foul baiter. He's, avoids a lot of contact. He's just super skilled. But he's getting to that basket and he's long arm and everything.
Yo, they was up double digits against Philly, and Derrick Rose was still in the game. And it was the fourth quarter with like, nah. How much time was left in the game? They were up double digits on Philly. That's crazy. It's insane.
That's your man.
That's your man.
Knicks rehab.
Knicks rehab, y'all.
AllBall TV.
They scared, but I'm not.
They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.